Hello Year 2, welcome to our afternoon activity. Today we are going to be practicing origami and we are going to be making cubes. And on these cubes we are going to design our own pointillism pattern. So we're going to be using pointillism, which is lots and lots of little dots. It's going to take a bit of patience to make our design, but it will be really worthwhile because at the end we have a nice cube with a beautiful design on it. Now when you come to finish your square and your pattern, which we're going to go through first, you can then go to the YouTube link which will direct you how to make a cube. And I encourage you that when you're first starting out and you're folding your square, can you tell how many lines of symmetry there are on the square that you fold on? Remember, a line of symmetry is the fold that you take and it causes no overlap, so it's equal on both parts down the line of your shape. So let's see how many we have in our square. Now there's no right or wrong pattern to make, but I do encourage you to use pointillism inspired by Jimbar artist George Seurat as we do it. Let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is make my square. In origami, we always start with squares, so I'm going to use a ruler here and measure in centimeters. I always start at 0, and I can see that I've got 21 centimeters here. Now, because I'm starting with an A4 sheet of paper like this, I'm going to make a square out of it, and I know a square needs to have all the sides to be the same, so I'm going to make sure this side is also 21 centimeters. So I'm going to make a little note there, and I'm going to do the same thing over here, again making sure I always start at 0. There we go. And then I can join these two dots and make my fourth side of my square. If I didn't have a ruler, I could always use something like string. I can say that if I know that that much string is the side of this piece of this side of the square, then I can hold on to it and test that I have the exact same length here. So if you don't have a ruler, you can always do that to make your square. Okay, so I've cut down that line and I've now made my square. And then with the extra piece of paper, I've tested out, I put it into 3 different sections. See where I've cut it off there? And I have decided about 3 different patterns, and I'm going to choose the one that I like the best. Now, just like when we're making a plan in writing or something, this doesn't have to be the best work at all. So I decided to do some fun shapes here and colour each shape differently. Again, doing it in pointillism, so making sure I'm using lots of dots. I then wanted to draw lots of apples, and I decided to play with shade. So I made sure that it was shaded from dark to light on each apple. And then on the last one, I thought it'd be fun to have a wavy rainbow. And on some of the colours, I actually mixed 2 different colours together, which you remember we can do in pointillism to achieve another colour. So here I've got some red and yellow, and it's making some orange here. And then to get my bluey purple colour, I put some dark blue and some purple together as well. So I decided to go for the rainbow. So I drew out the pattern using a pencil first, and then went and filled in with felt tips. Now you could use colouring pencils or whatever kind of media you have to get your different colours. Or if you want to just do it in black and white and use a pen or paper, then maybe you can play around with shade a bit more. Okay, so now I've coloured in the whole square with pointillism, doing lots and lots of little dots. It took me some time, remember, pointillism takes practice and it takes patience, but I really enjoyed practicing and mixing some of my colours and my dots at the end there, just to really extend out my rainbow. Now when you come to start watching the origami video on YouTube, make sure before you start folding that you turn your square over so that your pattern is facing the back. That way, when you come to make your square, your cube I should say, your pattern will be showing and you have this on the inside. Let's get folding.